Okay, so we're in the middle of a massive, massive shift. The fundamental rules of our jobs are being rewritten by AI, a lot of the routine tasks are disappearing, and let's be honest, many of us are kind of left asking, what's next? So, let's unpack what this really means for all of us.
This quote just absolutely nails it, doesn't it? As AI automates all the predictable stuff in our jobs, it's forcing a conversation that goes so much deeper than just technology. It's really about our own human potential. This isn't just about learning new tools, it's about rediscovering what makes us human in the first place. To really understand where we're going, we have to get our heads around the incredible scale and, honestly, the speed of what's happening right now. This is not just another tech trend. This is a full-blown revolution. I mean, think about it. In just one professional lifetime, we've gone through 4 of these huge business revolutions. But here's the thing you've got to understand. Each wave is hitting faster and with a broader impact than the one before it. We've barely finished adapting to the digital world, and now, bam, the AI era is already here.
And the potential here is just immense. We're talking orders of magnitude bigger than anything we saw with the digital revolution. But here's what I find fascinating. While the promise is super clear, the adoption is hitting a wall. And that wall? It's not the technology, it's us. This is a fundamental people change challenge.
So, let's talk about that wall. Why are we, as humans, struggling so much to adapt to this particular change? Well, the answer lies deep in how our brains are wired for the crazy world we're living in right now.
We've been through huge shifts before. We adapted to the internet, to cloud computing, to that massive pivot to working from home. We've proven we can change. So why does this one feel so different, so uniquely threatening?
Well, the key concept here is something called cognitive load. Think of it like your brain's RAM, its processing power. Every single change, every new piece of info, even something tiny like a last-minute meeting change, it eats into that precious mental space. And right now, most of us are just completely maxed out.
And I'm sure this feels familiar. It's not just AI we're trying to process. We're still figuring out this whole hybrid work thing. We're worried about recessions. We're stressed by global conflicts. All these things are happening at once, just stacking on top of each other, leaving absolutely zero spare capacity for more change.
This state of constant overload triggers a really interesting psychological response. It's called immunity to change. It's basically a state where our brain, trying to protect us from any more discomfort, actually puts up a shield against the very change that could help us.
Let's look at how this actually plays out. Our goal, what we say we want, is to adapt to AI and stay relevant. But our deep-seated need for comfort and control, that's that protective shield. It makes us do the exact opposite. We avoid learning the new tools. We stick to the old, comfortable routines, all because that fear of failure, or just feeling awkward, keeps us stuck.
But, and this is a big but, here's where the story pivots. What if this isn't an ending? What if it's the beginning of something profoundly better? This challenge is also our opportunity to spark a new renaissance at work.
For the last couple of centuries, our entire system of work and even our education system has been built on the ideas of the Industrial Revolution. We were trained to be efficient, to be specialized, and to get really, really good at repetition. Essentially, we were trained to operate more like machines. But now, the machines, the AI, are getting better than us at that machine-like work. And this is the fundamental pivot we all need to make. We have to shift from that industrial mindset of just following the process to a Renaissance mindset that values creativity, whole-mindedness, and constantly, relentlessly asking, what if? And that is the incredible opportunity right in front of us. Just think about that. As AI frees us from the, 70 to 80% of our work that's just repetitive, process-driven tasks, we get that time back. Time to be more fully human, to develop all parts of our minds, and to actually focus on building a better future.
So how do we actually make this happen? Because it's not going to be automatic. It requires a completely new playbook, both for us as individuals and for the organizations we work for.
The path forward really has 2 clear parts. First, we need to personally focus on building a new kind of human-centric toolkit. And second, organizations have got to fundamentally change how they support their people through this massive transition.
So for us as individuals, the most valuable skills are no longer technical, they are deeply human. We call them the 6 C's, and you can see them here. Critical thinking, so you can question an AI's output, not just blindly accept it. Creativity, to imagine new solutions. Collaboration and communication, to work effectively with other people. compassion to connect on a human level, and composure to navigate all this uncertainty. These are the skills AI can't replicate, and they're the true currency of the future.
And for organizations? Yeah, the old methods are just broken. The new playbook is to stop trying to manage change from the top down and instead start guiding people through it. The goal is to create an environment that helps employees behave differently with confidence, keeping them just on the edge of uncomfortable, because that's where all the real growth happens.
So as we wrap up, this all leads to a pretty profound question about redefining our relationship, not just with work, but with technology itself.
We have to remember a fundamental truth about today's AI. These large language models, they're incredibly powerful, right? But they are essentially a sophisticated summary of everything humans have already created and put online. They operate on the past.
So, that begs the question. Do we see AI as just a super fast answer machine, a tool to do our old work more efficiently? Or do we see it as something more, a creative partner that frees us from the burden of finding answers so we can focus our energy on asking better, bolder, more imaginative questions?
Because that right there, that is our uniquely human contribution. AI can summarize what is, but it's up to us to imagine what could be. The future isn't going to be found in a data set. It's going to be built, one question at a time, by curious, creative humans.